Our other big story tonight, we have new information about a gun that Kenton County's Commonwealth Attorney reported stolen.
Local 12 News has learned the gun was once the property of the Covington Police Department, and the chief had requested it back days before it was reported stolen. Anjanette Levy is live downtown with what she's learned. Anjanette?
Well, Cammie, Covington city manager told me that the police chief had actually asked that 5 guns be returned. Those guns were transferred from the Covington Police Department to the Commonwealth Attorney's office, and one of them was the gun that was reported stolen. These Covington police forms show 5 guns were transferred to the Kenton County Commonwealth Attorney's office from July 2012 through March of 2013. One was a Taurus PT-92 9mm.
We've confirmed that the gun that was reported stolen from Commonwealth Attorney Sanders' home in Fort Mitchell is one of the guns that was transferred to his office.
Covington City Manager Larry Klein says Chief Brian Carter requested the guns back on July 7th. In a Fort Mitchell police report, Rob Sanders is quoted as saying he last saw the gun on July 10th. 2 days later, it was reported stolen from the console of his unlocked vehicle, which he said was parked in his open garage.
I guess with any stolen gun, there's always a concern that a gun is out there and could get in the wrong hands. I guess a special concern that gun originated with Covington Police Department.
Fort Mitchell police say there were 2 other break-ins in Sanders' neighborhood that same night. Chief Andrew Sherberg says the investigation is open, and there were more car break-ins and thefts a few miles away Wednesday night.
So right now we're working to see if there's any connection between those two, very similar sort of pattern between the two, and so we're trying to follow up on leads.
Last week, we broke the news that Covington Police Chief Brian Carter issued this order stating Rob Sanders and his staff were no longer allowed in the police department without an escort. He ordered their key cards turned off in March. Chief Carter says it was due to issues with trust. He says returning the weapons to the Covington Police Department would go a long way toward restoring the trust between the PD and the prosecutor's office. Covington City Manager says they'd like to find the stolen gun.
We want to be accountable to where the gun is, whether it's in our possession or in the Commonwealth Attorney's possession. Our concern is just accountability that gun is located and secured.
Kentucky state law says that any guns that are seized during investigations must be turned over to the Kentucky State Police to be auctioned unless they are transferred between government agencies. I contacted Rob Sanders earlier today to see if he plans to return those remaining 4 guns to the police department. We haven't heard back from him, but if we do, we'll certainly let you know. Reporting live, Anjanette Levy, Local 12 News. Cammie, back to you.
Anjanette, thank you. And if you know anything about the stolen gun or the car break-ins and thefts, call the Fort Mitchell Police Department.